All right, guys, quick little break on this one. Game 1 did go over to Epsilon Esports. Game 2 coming up. Spicy Waffles, if they want to dethrone the current undefeated champions in the Challenger Cup, need to take this game for themselves.
They need to take 2 in a row right now. Picks and bans are happening though. Spicy Waffles. First ban, surprisingly enough, was onto Bologna.
And Ninja Demi kind of went crazy on our last game. A lot of chat was going on, speculating back and forth. This is just Bologna's Ninja Demi. Ninja Demi is very, very comfortable on those warriors in the solo lane. So while Bologna, you may have your opinions on where she stands as far as balance is concerned, Ninja Demi, whatever warrior you happen to give him, is going to be pretty effective.
Now, we did get into picks and bans a second late, so we actually missed one of the bans from Epsilon Esports this time round. They banned Athena, and Spicy Waffles banned away Bologna and Sylvanas. They first picked Serqet, though, which was left available for them. And now it's over to Spicy Waffles at what 2 picks they want.
Indeed, guys. The teams on the screen are being switched around. The picks and bans are actually correct. We're fixing stuff here. Be just a moment. Be
just a moment with that. Well, as we're talking about that, what we can talk about is Serqet actually got through picks and bans. Serqet very, very strong around the level 9 mark onwards. A lot of potential gank ability, so much escape. It's undeniable that she's going to be an issue for the enemy team. And Spicy Waffles chose to go with Janus and Thor here, so Thor was let through. I will find out what the second ban was. Please don't blame production for this one. It was honestly us trying to bring you the action straight away instead of us waiting 5 minutes. If you would rather us make sure we have every single ban on the screen, or wait 7 minutes for us to wait for them to get into the game, you guys can decide, and we'll make sure we fix it for next week for you. It's up to you guys if you want to do that. But for now, we'll go with where we're up to. Janus and Thor was picked by Spicy Waffles, and across the way, Epsilon Esports have locked in Hercules and Ra.
Indeed, so everything should be correct except from the score, which is not updating. We'll fix that right now as the picks and ban screen refreshes. Everything should now be correct and current, except for that one ban, which we're still attempting to track down and locate. So with that, Ra Hercules getting picked up. We haven't seen a mid lane healer so far today, but Ra is a very good god there. Tons of wave push, and pretty much nobody can outpush him early just because of the fact that he can heal up those minions. And then back on the other side, once again, going to be picking up Ram. Ram, we're going to be seeing it picked up again. This time Bushy's going to be playing him instead of that Cupid.
Yeah, so we're going to see the Rama pick up instead. I mean, I'm going to be interested to see Spicy Waffles take that one away from Amelito. Amelito very strong on that. They've gone for a very safe Ra pick up here in the mid lane. Sustain is going to be fantastic for them, though, because Hercules is going to have that sustain as well. And Serqet will love that on the front line, so it'll be very, very good for them, too.
Ooh, that's curious. On her getting banned down makes sense. One of the better matchups against Ram. Ares, however, making sure that the Flurry Q cannot go for one of those big aggressive supports. He does like playing Amir, however, so they might want to force him onto that.
Ares is very good against Serqet. He's also good against Hercules in the support role as well, because you can't drive in strike when you get chained because of the cripple, and Serqet can't use Deathbane, and she also can't use her ambush because she immediately gets rooted in place and the cripple effect applies. So I can understand the Ares ban there. It's a good decision from Epsilon there to focus onto the supports and make sure he can't have that one available.
So as this timer is ticking down right now, they're trying to figure out who the heck they want to pick up on this one. It's going to be a last-second Sobek cover, and as the timer does finish ticking down, will end up getting locked in. This could be the support pickup for these guys. It would work out pretty well. It's a little bit of anti-healing. He is a good god in his own right. I have not seen... I don't know, how's Game Hunter played it? It could potentially be Sobek. It's been getting experimented around with a lot these days. Anatoly was going absolutely crazy with it for North America. But on the other side, it looks like Loki getting locked in for Ninja Demi over in that solo lane.
Yeah, I'll be Ninja Demi solo lane, quite happy with that. And then also Ullr locked in for Emelito or Yaman, whichever one chooses to play that. We're not sure which one will go where this game. But at the moment, Emelito's been playing Hunter all day for the boys of Epsilon. And it's now back over to Spicy Waffles for their last pick. Now, I suspect this is going to be actual support Sobek this game round. I don't see it actually being anything else. The reason Sobek's pretty good here is because if he doesn't get Earthbreaker, he can also charge Prey away. At the same time, he can also charge Prey that have been attempted an Earthbreaker, which with Hercules is going to be a little bit more passive with those Earthbreakers in the laying phase as well. And we're back over for them now, and we'll see what Game Hunter is choosing for solo lane here. Oh.
Ooh, indeed.
Ooh.
This is that's not a production mistake. There are two hunters in this on the game for Spicy Waffles.
This is old school Game Hunter. Game Hunter used to run hunters a lot. He also ran them in the solo lane for a long time, like Anher. He used to love that in the solo lane. He's going to be playing split push Apollo this game, which is interesting against the Loki matchup because they both do the same sort of thing, looking to split push. The early game is Apollo's, the late game is Loki's, though, in terms of kill potential from each other. Game Hunter can definitely put the pressure onto Loki in the early stages, but Loki can definitely kill an Apollo once they both hit full build.
Without a doubt, guys. Just in a second here, figure out what that first ban was for you guys, just so everyone knows. With that, I mean, looking at these team comps, that Apollo's definitely, like I said, an old school strategy coming out. Going up against a Loki in the solo lane, though, it's going to be a little bit risky once level 5 hits. If there's any ganks on the Game Hunter early, Loki could potentially get to a point early on where he's just able to completely and utterly burst down the Hunter in that lane with the Assassinate Burst combo.
Okay, getting news from Epsilon, they said there wasn't a first ban because they couldn't decide and they were all arguing about what they should ban, so they didn't get time to ban because they missed it like idiots. That's Epsilon Esports for you, #1 seed in EU Challenger Cup, up against Spicy Waffles. 1 game advantage in this one in week 6. We'll be back with all the action from this game, guys, after the short break as the spectator delay wears off.
Alright guys, hello and welcome back. It's time for the second game of the final. It's the best of 3 series. Epsilon Esports up 1-0 right now over Spicy Waffles going into this second game.
Yep, going into the second game, we'll see how this one plays out for them. At the moment, we're going to see Game Hunter solo laning Apollo this time round, though. One thing to know about this Apollo already, throwing dagger is what he's going to be starting with. Now, this throwing dagger will help him out a little bit in terms of being able to wave clear and be a little bit more effective in this one. We'll see how it plays for the time being.
Will definitely be interesting. It's a little bit risky. He's not going to have movement speed. He's not going to have a lot of early sustain either. No lifesteal, period, for that matter, on him. It does not look like right now is going to be an invade. It would be a pretty rough one. Hercules, or Thor rather, at low level is pretty scary for these invades. A lot of damage potentially coming out if you let Magic hit whatever skill he picks up first. And up against 2 assassins. It would be kind of a 50-50 shot. Really not worth the risk initially. Game Hunter, like I said, I'm going to be curious to see how this all plays out for them. It'll wave clear effectively. Ninja Dimmy won't be able to decoy those waves down in like a 1-2 fell swoop.
Can you just quickly cut to a break for a second? We've got a bit of a production issue once again. God, these production issues are such an issue today. We'll be right back in a second, guys.
Alright guys, sorry for that delay. Hindu apparently spilled ice cream all over his keyboard and...
Don't blame me. Like, chat just gone mental again as always. It's always Hindu's fault. Why is it always Hindu that causes issues? No wonder he doesn't cast the SPL because he's always causing issues. Epsilon Esports versus Spicy Waffles. Epsilon are up 1-0. Most interesting thing in this game we will see is an Apollo solo lane played by the one legendary Game Hunter himself. He's back in the mix and he's playing Apollo solo and starting throwing dagger.
Yep, it'll be interesting. That will provide a lot of early wave clear. I'm not quite sure if they'll be able to outpush Loki right now. Those decoys will provide pretty decent wave clear overall. Be curious to see how this all pans out. The biggest concern in my mind right now is Game Hunter's not going to have any sort of sustain here in this lane. Well, potions, but other than that, no sustain.
Well, he will have sustain. I mean, he's gonna have 2 potions online at the start, which he's gonna be able to pop 1 of now. He's also got a ward in his inventory too that he could also potentially use. But straight up in that matchup, he should be okay against Loki for the start of this game. It's as Loki continues to stack up that it's gonna cause him a little bit of an issue. And Dimmy may look to go aggressive around level 2 or 3 if he gets a good decoy off at the same time. But it's Game Hunter that's going aggressive onto Dimmy there with a roll in, looking for the actual auto attack damage. He's not gonna find it after clearing the wave, starting to put the pressure on. Back copies have been stolen away here. And it looks like Bobat took a little bit of poke there.
They're still in contest. This is a very risky play by Bobat. He's already below half health. The health potion is ticking away. But those Harpies will be stolen in the end. Left side is a little bit back and forth going on as well. There's some plucks, some Earthbreakers. Supports were flying all over the place, as we're going to be seeing as the landing phase does continue. The Earthbreakers, the Charge Praise. People are going to be flying all over the place. And on Apollo, well, he's not necessarily flying, but riding a chariot around the skies. People are just going to be everywhere.
Well, they're looking to potentially do something crazy over here. Ninja Boba in the enemy jungle at the moment is looking for something on Loki. Not going to find it though. But Flurry does get a little bit caught out on this left-hand side. Has to charge prey back to tower after he hit an Earthbreaker that time round. So for the moment, it's dominating lane for this Ullr and Hercules combo. Good driving shot of Flurry. There's a burst again. Can he get out?
He will be able to just barely. Raffer does have that Bluestone Pendant, so he's not as out of mana as he might seem based on his mana bar. But they're going to have to be a little hard-pressed right now to apply additional damage.
Dimmy's in trouble over in this lane right now. He's going to have to base. He got forced back again. The poke pressure of Game Hunter very, very strong here. Dimmy really wants to stay around with this health potion ticking, though, for the next wave. He's just got to be very careful how he does this one, because Game Hunter could potentially kill him.
Absolutely. They're pinging out a gank route right now. Looks like Adapting's looking for a gank to the left side. We'll see how this one pans out. He is behind in the lines right now, looking for somebody. Last Breath is online, looking for Flurry Q. Cobra's Kiss will miss.
Oh,
leaping forward. Last Breath will connect, throwing him back, but Charge Prey will come out. Earthbreaker, Driving Strike rather, is good. Emilito will pick up the kill. First Blood getting drawn, going away of Epsilon Esports.
Yeah, good work from Serqet there. Adapting actually went in with that, didn't manage to find the kiss, but the follow-up was good enough and managed to ult at the right time to pull him back into the danger range. Mid-harvest and spawn though, snipe over the wall does not connect, unfortunately, so both the right ones go to Spicy Waffles, left will go to Epsilon, so a small lead for Epsilon Esports at the moment in terms of experience of gold.
Ninja Dimmy going back to base. I expect he'll be picking up a teleport here, possibly, or maybe. What's he going to be doing on it? He's going to have to walk back to base. A full wave of minions will be lost. He's going beads. He wants to make sure he's not going to get caught out by any possible shenanigans in that right lane. For
Left
now,
lane though, Thor is looking like he's up in the air, going to dunk down. The boulder comes out from Rapid, trying to secure the kill onto Bushy, but Bushy takes to the sky. Returning damage from Vast from Barrage, Melito jumps away to avoid it, but adapting, sorry, Ninja Bobat's waiting in the wings, the confusion of the junglers as they switch roles. It looks like we might lose a Melito here.
Yep, he will get picked up. Wolfie rotating over. They spent a lot to get this kill, and they did secure it in the end. The right side tower, though, Game Hunter got it down to half health off of one minion wave pushed into it. So Ninja Dimmy, like we've said, is going to have a rough time. Golden Bow is now fully completed. It's more stats online. It's just going to be that much more difficult. Ninja Dimmy, for the time being, only able to pick up a tier 1 boots and what could be the beginnings of a Heartseeker later on down the road. So he has still a rough road ahead of himself for a little while.
The biggest issue for Game Hunter and Apollo in general is just the early game and trying to wave clear effectively. This is where he struggles. His late game is still as destructive as it always was. He's actually going to use Across the Skies here to come in, looking for Adapting. Doesn't find the connection though, and Adapting goes aggressive on Bobat, might find a kill as he's got support from Ninja Dimmy in the sidelines. Game Hunter securing Adapting though with the So Beautiful.
Yep, that ward drop down over the wall by Thor was what saved them right there. They knew that gank attempt was being prepped for that speed buff. Left side, they're looking for a little bit of pressure right now into Bushy. He's getting low on health. If they can find 1 or 2 more, it will be a kill, and it will be. Hail of Arrows not needed to secure that one. This is going to be an attack speed buff here, more likely than not as well, but this rotation coming over. Wolfie and Flurry actually checking the heartbeat cam. Nothing there.
Yeah, well, Purple Buff's actually going to drop down to Epsilon Esports, going to steal that one away before Flurry Q can rotate over for it. And that was Epsilon on the right-hand side going aggressive, looking for the invade with the Serqet. That didn't pay off for them. Game Hunter's rotation was fantastic there to support. And there's going to be not much more to really talk about. Flurry Q needs to be careful here. He's very low mana, actually. He's going to be alright. He's just going to zone the minion wave, and it doesn't like Emilito wants to fight that this time round. 2-2 though, and the experience lead still 1,500 in Epsilon's favour.
Yeah, Ninja Dimmy having a rough time right now in this lane. He's going to be forced to auto-attack down that mana buff camp. It's going to be rough still going forward. Game Hunter's a little bit ahead right now. He has the advantage. The wave clear is still in his favor. No Heartseeker building up stacks right now, so it's going to be a long while until Ninja Dimmy is actually able to one-shot that minion wave. And until that happens, he's going to have to play very, very carefully, very defensively. He's able to do about 2/3 of the minion wave's worth of health, so it's 2 decoys, but the problem is every time he tries to go forward for that first decoy, Game Hunter immediately moves in position to look to apply damage and poke and harass him back towards his own side of the lane.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see where Game Hunter transitions this build to. Now, Golden Bow is something that will help you with the wave clear, which is what Apollo struggles with, and why we don't see him as often. But will he go for a Devourer's Gauntlet stacking item next? He needs some lifesteal in this build. Already got a little bit of crit online because of that Golden Bow too. And a little bit of mobility, which is always underestimated too, that 5%. But Godfury being sieged up here by Epsilon Esports. It looks like they want to try and start this one soon, or they're actually baiting it at the moment, Emilito. Now they're going to pull it after these mid-harpies drop, and they're going to look for it as there's no real coverage from the boys of Spicy Waffles. They don't know it's on. They do now, though.
They know it's on, but unfortunately Flurry Q did recall an award. That is why they're committing this one. Epsilon Esports will secure the Gold Fury. Bobat dropped down the middle of this one, immediately using that hammer to teleport back out. So Gold Fury, the first Gold Fury of the game, once again, going to be going to Epsilon Esports. Right side, that tier 1 tower is probably not that long for this world. Another minion wave, more or less entirely lost to the tower. Game Hunter is just rocking that lane over there. The rest of the lane matchups, Epsilon Esports, though, is holding on and doing quite well, and they're going blow for blow as far as kills concerned. And experience-wise, dual lane, they're ahead. Mid lane, they're even, so...
Yeah, I mean, for now, Game Hunter's rocking that lane, but he's going to swing back soon. Heartseeker's online right now for Loki, so Ninja Dimmy will start stacking that one up. His damage will start skyrocketing, and he will have kill potential on Game Hunter eventually. Same situation as if he has Rama. Ninja Dimmy has quite a few targets to really go for here. He's got that Janus, that Rama, and that Apollo that he could really pick. And even, and to some extent as well, the Thor is pickable from a Loki in the late stages of the game. But he's got to just get there first by farming.
Yeah. The biggest thing for Ninja Dimmy right now, he does have that Heartseeker online. Once those stacks start building up, the big thing for him is going to be that getting to that point where he can actually one-shot those minions. Once that happens, he's going to be okay in that lane. There's really no more, I'm getting bullied out and forced back to my tower every 2 minutes. So once that happens, he'll be okay. Still maybe 3-4 minion waves off of that happening, however. So he has to hold on for about another 2 minutes. Otherwise, looking at some stuff these guys are picking up. Doom Orb for Janus. It's going to be a lot of extra burst damage for him. It's Janus. It's a fairly safe pickup. It's like, oh, you want to kill me? And now I'm on the other side of a wall.
So just looking through builds at the moment, you can see Heartseeker, as we keep mentioning about Loki. Serqet working towards that Jotuns as per usual. Meanwhile, right in the mid lane, just wait for Shoes of Focus at the moment. See what he transitions into next. Will it be Warlock Slash? Probably a Lotus Crown at some point in the game, which is sort of standard on this Raw nowadays with how much sustain it can really give you. Serqet's looking for a pick in mid lane here though. Will she find anything? Nope, just going to farm up instead.
Yep, the wall coming down, kind of saying, you shall not pass on that one. So rotation coming out, they might be looking for something over here on the left side of the map, maybe for some counter rotation as well. As far forward as Epsilon Esports keep pushing, the wards placed down are going to make sure they're not getting caught out near the enemy tower. They're looking for whatever they can find right now. There's not really much objective-wise. All the jungle buffs are down. Every single jungle buff is currently off the map.
So everyone's just going to roam around and not find anything for the time being. This game is really, really close right now. It still could go either way. When I look towards the late game, I'm looking at Loki, I'm looking at the Thor, I'm looking at this Rama as potential carry targets available. Rafa will look for a driving strike and left him, find it. Charge Prey lands onto Emilito though, and there's lurking in the waters popped from Floricu, who's trying to slow down Rafa, and the snipers are coming out too, trying to bring him down. He juked into every single one of those, but the rotation from Wolfie was good. And Melito takes down Bushy, and Thor's coming in for Rafa.
Yep, Rafa got that got picked off there by Ninja Bobat. And Melito now 1v3 behind him, but Yaman has rotated over to kind of help him out, dropping that Solar Blessing for a little bit of healing.
Right.
Yep, they're looking possible for Game Hunter.
Steps on a ward. She's starting a ward right now. Imana knows all about what's going on there. He may lose the blue buff because of this though, which is a good call to try and deny some of this mana regen that Game Hunter has, as he doesn't have Bluestone Pendant in this build right now. I'll see when he goes back to base and buys him. Going to be interested to see this. Full boots are on now online. 900 golden inventory. What's the choice going to be for him? He's thinking, he's still thinking, he's going to continue thinking. One day he'll buy something. Still thinking. Game Hunter, please stop thinking. Stop thinking. Oh, there we go. He's going to work on Light Blade. All that time for a Light Blade. He's like, well, Light Blade. And then we go back to farming again. Going to get some attack speed for himself. So that could probably go towards an Executioner.
Yeah, the Serum Pin over the wall looking to still not able to find a question mark. Not sure. Nevertheless, Serqet going for the damage buff. Fight is on, however, right now. Rafa in a portal. He's probably dead.
That was disgusting. Charge Prey landed in the portal, gets hit by the Stable Vortex, and Bushy with the in-hand brings him down for the kill for Spicy Waffles. Spicy Waffles are actually doing a good job in getting the kills here, but they're still losing on golden experience just because Epsilon Esports are out farming them for the most part and making better use of the situation.
Yeah, going into the later game, I'm thinking that final active slot for Ninja Dimmy is going to end up being a teleport. He wants to make sure he has a way to deal with Game Hunter split pushing later on.
Dimmy?
He's looking for the back and forth. Assassinate's available to give chase if he wants to go for it. He's not going to right now.
I like what Dimmy's doing here. He's not trying to overly fight. He's trying to poke a little bit onto Game Hunter. He's not overdoing it. Thor left-hand side, though, might be looking for a dunk opportunity onto Emilito. He's up in the sky, but Wolfie's rotating too.
He was waiting for the glory run. Did end up missing. Charge Brain not going to connect.
The
beads. Going to save his life. That was
avoids the pull and the Charge Prey at the same time.
Yeah.
Now you're going to see a rotation coming out from Yam into this left-hand lane. I don't think they'll find any more than that, though, unless there's a lazy back. Ooh, almost, but not quite. Meanwhile, Rafa's going to be able to push on mid lane and potentially find a tier 1 in mid for free.
Yep, that one will open up the map quite a bit. The tier 1 tower in the right lane was brought down by Game Hunter just a couple moments ago. He's not going to be able to stop this in the middle. It will fall. Left side, it looks like Yemen and Emilito are looking to do the same thing on the left-hand lane. The Solar Blessing will keep those minions alive for quite a while. Bushy has returned to lane. Going to begin
across the sky. Apollo's up in the sky, going to look to dunk down onto Loki over here and defend this tower. Don't know whether he'll go for the minions or Loki chose the chose the minions, then turns his attention to Dimmy, who's still working away on that tower. That was a nice little mess coming out from Game Hunter. He's still looking for the trade. The vanish gets popped. Autos missing, but Bobat misses with the wall. Assassination decision was very wise, but the chase is still on from Game Hunter here with Wolfie in the backside as well.
Portal beats out of the So Beautiful over the wall, found some damage. There's no tower there to defend him right now. Vanish is going to give him a little bit extra movement speed plus mitigation. Game Hunter's going to still look for it, but with the tier 2 tower in sight,
left side,
they're going to go ahead and let that go.
Left side, you're going to see Serqet go aggressive onto the bushy, dashing with the ambush. He's going to try and use the ultimate, but Astral Barrage comes out at the same time to give himself the immunity to disengage from that, not be thrown into a wall. Bushy lives for now, full cordon off Rafa in mid lane though, finds a driving strike.
Force the beads out of that one. He's going to be able to run away, but that is a tier 1 bead force. That's the 3-minute cooldown on that. Nice little catch by Rafa to get those on cooldown. Otherwise, Ninja Dimmy did just pick up that teleport. Like I said, he needs to make sure he can respond to any kind of split push stuff coming out from Apollo. Otherwise, Apollo could just split push all day. When that fight breaks out eventually, pop across the skies, fly over, join the fight, and Loki's left in there. It's like, well, I can split push. That's about it. They're waiting to bait this out.
Gold Fury. Yeah, they're trying to bait in Flurry Q here around the corner. They see him now, but Flurry Q well aware. Charge prays away. Wolfie, though, get through that portal, son, otherwise you're going to take a lot of poke. He actually ate the axe as he went through, which is quite impressive.
Yeah, lucky on that, but they're once again looking to bait this out, looking to start the Gold Fury properly. Solar Blessings and fill those health bars up. Flurry Q going forward in the water. Thor's up as well. This could be a fight.
It could be a fight, but the disengage from Epsilon was very intelligent. They lose 2 ultimates, and now Bobat comes down late. Guts a bit of damage out, but jumps to his hammer straight away to get out of the engagement once again. 2 people drop through the portal. The snipe misses from Yamin, and now Game Hunter has turned up here with Dimmy. Dimmy's looking for a kill on the backside.
That was every single ultimate approach from Spicy Waffles except for the Across the Skies. While Epsilon Esports still have the Assassinate plus the Last Breath, so they kind of won that overall. They cannot let Flurry Q sit near this Gold Fury when it gets down to the threshold. Plucking back, going to be forced back up at the driving strike. Epsilon Esports will secure that one. Looking for Flurry Q as well. One more leap over the wall, looking for it. Emilito, can he find the hits he needs to get that kill? For now, at least, not quite.
And Game Hunter did some good work there, but pokes back. Yamin does bring down one. Adapting takes out Bushy. And now Epsilon looking to siege down mid lane. They're not on full health, but with Yamin, they will be sooner rather than later. Especially with that Lotus Crab to give them the tankiness too. Keep an eye on who's going to tank this at the moment. There's minions here. Good axe from Emilito. And Bobat has to jump to the hammer. He's still going to get chased down by Adapting though. He's one hit from death. Rafa with the Earthbreaker finds it. But Game Hunter is not done. He wants a kill.
He is still looking for it. Gonna farm some minions with the help of Rafa, evidently. Tier 2 tower, though, fell. That's overall 3,000 gold, plus a handful of kills in the pockets of Epsilon Esports, putting them up by about 7,000 gold right now. That's a pretty big overall play by them, giving themselves a nice, strong lead now.
So at the moment it is 6-4 in Epsilon's favour. The golden explosive, like you said, is very, very strong. Game Hunter's build is what I'm really interested in where he's going to go next with it. He's got Sprint online, he's got Beats online, he's still got that Light Blade. It's the fact that he went for Warrior Tabby as well, because normally most of the Hunters we see in competitive play always pick up Ninja Tabby for the attack speed, which allows them to get a little bit more off from it. Game Hunter actually caught Rafa overextended there, trying to farm up some creeps. Game Hunters have kind of out of mana here. Oh, that through space and time hit from across the map though. Wolfie might be able to find Rafa. The jukes are good. Dimmy's here.
He is looking to turn someone back around. Age is going to buy himself a lot of time. Can he get out through the wall? No, he cannot. Assassinate Pop on Ninja Dimmy, secure that kill. Boulder coming across, doing a lot of work right now. Last breath, taking away. Game Hunter is dead to rights. Going to also spread the poison over the Flurry Q. Can he now stay alive, lurking in the waters? He will not die to that one, as the re-engagement is on. Ninja Dimmy able to vanish and juke out of that one successfully. They're trying to lock down Ninja Bobat. He's running for his life, but unfortunately, he was not running towards friendly territory, and between him was the enemy team, and enemy tower was not a good spot. Emilito also winning a duel over in that left lane up against the Bushy.
Well, there's a big pickup there for them, and now it's 10-4 Epsilon Esports with a bait to an extent. Rafa got himself caught, but then it turned into a big bait that forced Spicy Waffles to lose a few more kills and allow them to keep getting a lead. Emilito might be able to find this tower on the left-hand side now.
Yeah, minion wave is approaching. Talking about that Game Hunter build, I'm wondering if he might just be looking to do a ton of AoE damage in fight. Maybe picking up an Odysseus spell later on, which has a lot of attack speed on it as well, and just grabbing the Warrior Tabby for that big chunk of physical power, just because he'll get the attack speed later on from other items. But
well, he kind of overcapped because of his passive as well. But they're looking for the Fire Giant. Apollo's across the sky, is in the air right now, going to dunk down, not going to find Adapting, he's going to leap over the wall away from it. Fire Giant still being done at 50% HP here, but they're going to disengage as Emilito does find a tier 2 while all this is going on.
Yeah, but now he's looking to box back and forth a little bit with Bushy, and he's winning this duel big time. Glorybound forward, stun connects. Bushy might be dead to right. It's going to go up in the air, barely able to make it. Flurry's here now. Charge Frey is down. Emily 2 is just waiting for the landing, and he will find that kill. 1v2, he now needs to look to get out. Wolfie arriving as well. Unstable Vortex missing. The jukes coming out right now are good. Glorybound, Invigorate as well, possible to run away. He's looking to box this one out. Nobody is nearby. I think he's just accepted the fact that he was done. For a second,
what he's doing is buying team for the Fire Giant to be done at the same time. Thor does go in, Ninja Boba trying to secure a kill. Assassinate comes out, driving strength to follow up. Boba goes down. The whole of Epsilon live on this left and right hand side of the map. The Fire Giant is back under siege again. It didn't fully reset. Surrender vote has begun for Spicy Waffles here as Epsilon take the Fire Giant.
Yeah, that was pretty big. Like you said, the bait, the turnaround, delay those guys. Emily 2 probably could have gotten out of that one once he glorybounded out. There was a brief moment. Spicy Waffles turned around. Wolfie was heading back across the map. I was like, yeah, whatever. It's one kill. You guys got this. Oh, he leapt away or whatever. He's gone. He turned around and re-aggressed right there because, like you said, the whole Fire Giant being started up, it bought time for his team to get that uncontested. Wolfie could actually, 30 seconds that may have been on cooldown, but he could have potentially just drop-shipped his entire team across the map to the Fire Giant to fight for it.
Yeah, for sure. So Epsilon Esports now have the situation in hand. 4 members of the team have the Fire Giant on land. There's only one tier 2 tower remaining for Spicy Waffles to defend in this right-hand lane. And it looks like they might start heading over that way soon. They're just going to see those mid-harpies up on the way and make sure they don't allow Game On to split push to victory. Emelito going to return to this left-hand lane and split push once again.
Rapper going to force the... Oh, no! Anvil of Dawn coming out of that one.
Nope. Nope, there's just a quick return to base option. Rafa going to find Game Hunter on the backside. Game Hunter's aware of it though, so they're not going to find it. Rafa going to zone out the team as the minions get pushed up on the right-hand side here. Just get flipped into a bit of danger, but it is a Hercules with mitigate wounds available. He should be able to survive. Game Hunter needs to watch himself though as he's getting aggressed on by Dimmy and adapting. He goes down to the full combo of both.
That's 2 picks already. They're looking for this right side Phoenix, perhaps. Ninja Dimmy going and looking for Flare Q, able to get in the lurking in the waters in time. They're trying to lock this down. Adapting going to use the ambush to leap back out. Bobat did just respawn. He'll be up. He has the Anvil of Dawn still to look for a counter engage. They want to go for it. They can't really look for the Phoenix. That tier 2 tower will stop. Bushy in the back. Will fall though to adapting.
Left lane though, Emelito trading with Bobat. Emelito trying to take down the Phoenix as the boys on the right push Floricue away. The right Phoenix will fall. The left one is at half HP now, but he's out of minions for the time being. Is Emelito. The 2 more do reach wave here. Bobat goes aggressive, looking for Emelito. The trade is good for Bobat, but the reinforcements have arrived for the Epsilon. He didn't need him.
Did not. Spicy Waffles Titan's being aggressed by those minions right now. Left side Phoenix will fall. Only the mid one still standing. It is 4 members of Epsilon Esports with Fire Giant belt on 3, looking to just close out this game right now. The last Phoenix is about to fall here. That is still looking for kills on the left-hand side as well. Spicy Waffles are definitely up against the ropes right now. They're finding a pick. I mean, they need these little kills. They need to buy themselves time. Will they be able to do so? That's the question.
Yeah, but how much time can they buy? I mean, all 3 Phoenixes are down right now. They're going to have minions pouring in. Assassinate comes out from Dimmy, looking for the kill on Game Hunter. Does find it. Can he get out of trouble in time? He's going to have to juke around, but that tail whip should spell his ultimate demise as Floricue finds the kill for himself there as well. 18-8, but all 3 Phoenixes down. Spicy Waffles have an uphill battle to try and get back in this one.
And is for sure. For now, they got a couple kills, but all 3 Phoenixes are down. That means Firemen's are going to be swarming everywhere. Fire Giant is still 2 minutes out. They have some options right here. They could potentially look to just storm through the base, just kind of group up, wait for Fire Minions in all 3 lanes, and just push in all at once. Fire Minions hurt quite a bit, especially when there's going to be 3 lanes worth of them pushing forward. With that said, also, they also have the option. The Phoenix is going to be down for about 3-4 minutes. Fire Giant is up in 1:40 seconds. Just wait. Take the Fire Giant. They really can't leave their base right now. I mean, they can use through space and time to move in as a group. That would kind of be their last stand at the Fire Giant. But if they don't win decisively and quickly, the Fire Minions will just storm the Titan and close out the game for Epsilon.
Well, Epsilon just hanging around here, going to spot Floricue who were on the corner. He just stood there watching them, and now he's going to pay the iron price for that driving strike connects. So does the Boulder. Rafa finds himself a kill as Floricue kind of stood and watched for a second, which was a bit unfortunate for him. They're going to get the Gold Fury now after that pick and continue escalating their golden experience lead here. They don't really need this at this stage, but it's 20 minutes in. You're still not full build. Gold is still important.
Indeed. So, right now at least, it looks like it's going to be another pick, another advantage, more gold in the pocket of Epsilon Esports. They have control of this game in a big way. Bushy going to use the Asha Barrage, trying to do what he can beforehand. Surrender Vote actually going to be coming out on that one. Epsilon Esports, for the 6th week in a row, going to be walking away first place.
They do walk away first place, and a good performance by them once again. Recently acquired by Epsilon, formerly known as Pantera. 6 weeks down, 6 weeks they have won. They've got one more week to go, and they can match the achievement that Agilitas, they were originally called.
Aquila,
they actually
Titan, now not
exactly.
Titan. It's
but
confusing.
their performance they did last Challenger Cup, last time round, and we'll see how they can march on into the 7th week in a row. Good performance though by Spicy Waffles once again, getting themselves into the final, securing themselves a solid second position. This could be very, very difficult for anyone to catch with 1 week remaining unless some craziness happens. Across the west of the bracket though, how did that play out just before we end the broadcast? Night's Watch, I believe, did defeat Elo Fishers, so they secure themselves a clear 3rd place position due to the Night's Watch after a very good performance from them this week. And then 4th place, I believe, goes to Elo Fishers, or it brings them even with the Broncos. I'm not sure.
And actually also today, my math has historically not been known as the best, but with today's 2nd place victory by Spicy Waffles, they actually have secured themselves in a 2nd place seat going into week 7. So they are locked in as well. It's all going to be about that 3rd, 4th seed spot where they are guaranteed a seed in the SPL qualifiers. 5th and 6th seat, while they may potentially have a spot, it's not a guaranteed slot. If there's a hi-rez, if hi-rez decides to invite some other team, they will not have a spot potentially. So next week, there's a lot of teams going to be fighting it. It's all going to come down to that one. The rest of the standings, it's going to be very, very close going to week 7. It's, well, Epsilon and Spicy Waffles have locked themselves in, but the other 2 slots, it's still anybody's game.
Anybody's game indeed, and that's going to conclude the Challenger Cup for the weekend from myself and Zayden and from hi-rez Studios. I hope you all enjoyed the action. We will be back here once again next weekend, Saturday, North American Challenger Cup. We'll continue with the final week there, see who qualifies for those places, and in EU we'll see them on Sunday. Be back here for all the action once again. From everybody here, thanks for tuning in and have a wonderful rest of your day.